Welcome to my channel Fitness for Life, and in this video I'm going to talk about glycemic index. What is glycemic index? How has it find its way into the fitness and nutrition industry, and is it really important, and what is the glycemic index rating and everything about it. Also at the end of this video I'm going to talk about a comparo between white rice and brown rice and which is actually healthier. So let's start this video. So what is glycemic index? Glycemic index is basically an index in which there are different foods which have a glycemic rating, on the basis of which we determine whether it belongs to a low glycemic category, a high glycemic category, or a medium glycemic category. So you ask, what is glycemic rating? Basically glycemic index rating determines that how much the food is going to impact your blood sugar levels. For example, a food with a rating of 1 to 55 is going to impact your blood sugar level very little. And if it has a rating about from 60 to 70, then it is a medium glycemic, then which means that it is going to impact your blood sugar levels mediumly, like not very little and not very high also. And if a food has a glycemic index rating of more than 70, let's say, then it's going to have a high impact on your blood sugar level. Now, how does this impact a normal gym goer or a fitness enthusiast? Now, a lot of people believe that if they eat high glycemic foods, then they are going to store more fat. Body is going to raise their blood sugar level, and their body is going to store more fat, and as a result they will become fat. So is this really true? I mean, is it a good way to determine weight gain or weight loss by eating low to high glycemic foods? This is absolutely not true, because glycemic index was really made for people with diabetes. People who have diabetes, doctors made this glycemic index for them so that they can eat low glycemic foods to actually keep their blood sugar levels in check, because for a diabetic person keeping their blood sugar levels in check is absolutely necessary. But for a normal person it doesn't really matter. For a normal person, a fat loss, a fat gain, or a weight gain is only going to happen if he or she eats more than the required number of calories in a day. If a person eats less than the required calories, then he or she is going to lose weight. If a person eats more than the required calories, he or she will gain weight. So glycemic index has nothing to do with fat gain or fat loss. It was just made for diabetic people earlier, and somehow the fitness enthusiasts and gym goers started following it, and it became a trend to eat low glycemic foods. And so all of that is kind of a myth. You should not really follow glycemic index to the core. So this was all about glycemic index. And I mean, let's see, a glycemic index of table sugar, normal table sugar, is 68, and of glycemic index of a piece of bread is 70. So does that mean that table sugar is much healthier than a piece of bread? Not, absolutely not. It's not. And you can also see that a lot of fruits like pineapples have high glycemic index above 75. And if you take a piece of vanilla cake, it has a glycemic index of just 42. Does that mean you should ditch the fruits and start eating vanilla cakes and chocolate cakes? Absolutely not, because they are completely unhealthy. So also glycemic index doesn't account micronutrients, doesn't take into account the micronutrients. So I don't think it's a good way to judge what foods are healthy and what foods are unhealthy. So basically that was all about glycemic index. And moving on to the second part of this video, I'm going to talk about white rice and brown rice, which one is healthier and which one is not. So a lot of you people have been told that eating brown rice is much more healthier, and brown rice is the absolute best kind of rice, and white rice is just plain sugar, it's going to make you fat and everything. This is absolutely bullshit, and this is absolutely not true, because white rice white rice is similar to the brown rice. The only difference is that the outer shell of the white rice has been removed, which makes brown rice a little more micronutrient dense, which means micronutrients like zinc, potassium, and all of these are a little, slightly more in brown rice. Not a huge more, not a huge difference, but slightly more. So that is the only difference that brown rice and white rice have in them. If you see the micronutrients and macronutrients of brown rice and white rice, you will see that they have the exact same amount of carbs, proteins, and fats. So they are both initially a source of carbohydrates, and if you eat a surplus of any of those foods, whether you eat more of brown rice or white rice, you are going to gain fat if you eat more than the required amount. So you can just opt for any one of those, brown rice or white rice, depending upon how much money you can spend and what is more easily available to you, brown rice or white rice. So it's up to you. Both are sources of carbohydrates, and it's only you who can decide which one you want to eat. So this was basically this is the end of my video, and I hope you like my content, and I'll make sure that I will put up more of such videos debunking a lot of myths about fitness and also telling you a lot about fitness and nutrition. So if you like my video, do give it a thumbs up, share my video, and subscribe to my channel. And thank you and have a nice day.